Hello again. My name is Ben Root, and I'm a Lean coach with the Lean Learning Academy. This is blog number 11 in our Lean Challenge series, where we discuss the implementation of Lean and talk about the principles used based on what happened at NUMMI, New United Motor Manufacturing, which was a joint venture between Toyota and General Motors. Back then, everybody was trying to learn these Lean principles, and there was no such thing as Lean yet. There weren't books, there weren't magazines, there weren't videos, and we kind of figured it out on the run. So we'll share what we learned during that process. Some of the key insights that I want to cover today is one, Lean is more than just reading books or attending seminars, and I'm not knocking that. Reading books are important. Attending seminars are great. You need as much knowledge as you can gain about Lean. But when you go back to the facility where you come from, Lean is more than just a book or a magazine. Lean's a process. And when we teach, we find one way to learn Lean is to identify that process in your work area that's causing you problems and to learn to study the process and then apply Lean tools to improve that process. During our training, we also have leadership training. That's crucial. Some organizations mistakenly focus only training the team members. And the middle management needs to learn a new leadership style. They need to know how to lead using teaching and coaching methods. And they need to learn Lean themselves. Another training method at NUMMI that they used, and we'll talk about, is they formed small teams. And they covered basic Lean concepts and learned to work in a team to solve problems. A fourth concept we'll talk about today is the Lean Learning Academy's approach, and that's using our Lean Challenge. We, as students, sign up, engage a small team, and it doesn't have to be big. It can be a project leader and a team leader and a few employees. And we use free coaching calls. So every week for 1 hour, students come and talk to us about Lean and the projects they're working on. But we view Lean as a long-term commitment to continuous improvement. So I hope you enjoy this short blog. Our contact information is going to be listed at the end of the blog. Maybe you have some questions about Lean. Are you wondering if Lean is good for your organization? Are you challenged by the thought of going Lean? Are you wondering where or how to begin? Then you're in the right place. We're here to help you think through these important questions. I mentioned before that there's a new way of learning Lean. We'll talk about that later. That's our Lean Challenge. We know that you've read many great books, and you need to get that knowledge as much as you can about Lean. But reading articles and watching videos, attending Lean seminars are all vital part of the Lean learning process. But what happens when you're finished with a book or you leave the Lean event? You return to your facility. What should you do next? And where do you begin? During the early stages of NUMMI, we had several thousand employees who needed to learn about the Toyota production system, or what is called Lean today. One of the big questions was, how will the training be conducted and who will do the training? One method we used to educate team members about Lean concepts that really worked was to form small teams. And then we asked the teams to identify a problem in their work area and then solve the problem using Lean thinking and Lean problem-solving techniques. During this time, there were so many basic Lean concepts covered, such as team building, leader development, lean thinking, and then, of course, building the problem-solving skills of the employees. An important point that we learned during these early stages was the need to retrain the leaders. An important point that we learned during these early stages was the need to retrain the leaders. Remember that when NUMMI was starting, the word lean hadn't even been coined. There were no books or articles written in English telling us what to do. So we were trying to learn and teach the Toyota production system based on our poor understanding of the Japanese language. The point that I'm getting to is, and that I see so many businesses and organizations miss, is they leave out a very important piece of the puzzle. That is the role a leader plays. This thinking sometimes goes, we want to go lean, so let's bring in trainers or consultants to teach the team members lean. Once they're taught, they'll be the ones to bring the costs down and improve productivity. And with that, the leaders are off the hook and leave the results in the hands of the team members. Well, the results are usually that the lean training was an educational event, but there's no measurable, sustainable improvements. As we began to form the problem-solving teams, we realized that the middle management needed lean training also. They needed to learn a new style of lean leadership. Leaders needed to learn how to teach and coach in a lean way. In the past, many of these leaders thought it was their job to solve the problem. That's how they've been promoted in the past. That's how they were evaluated and awarded. But now they needed to learn how to solve problems through others. They needed to support the team when needed. And some leaders needed to learn how to attend a problem-solving team and not take over the meeting. So there was a vast difference on the one end and the other. Some wanted to take over, some wanted to just delegate completely. Lean teaches that the leaders are involved, but they're involved in a new way. They're not there to take over. They're there to teach and training. This was a very new and difficult concept for many of them to understand. At the Lean Learning Academy, we saw a need to help others learn about Lean using a cost-effective and yet results-focused method. We studied many of the online Lean experiences and were repeatedly told that a trainer or coach was not available to support when needed. We also focused on the cost issue and the time and expense involved in learning Lean, especially during the Lean startup process. Out of our study, we developed what we call the Lean Challenge, which uses the same training method that we learned while working at NUMMI and Toyota. But instead of a classroom, we use a weekly free Zoom Lean coaching call to see and hear the students online and guide them through the projects they're working on. Through our study, we also came to the realization that learning Lean is a process. So going Lean is more than a course or an activity or reading a book. We talked about that. Lean is a process, but training Lean is also a process. And Lean is about improving all of those processes. You might be working through the Lean Challenge on your own. And we found that to help you do a better job, try to form a small team to go through the challenge with you. A team doesn't have to be big. It could be a team leader and a group leader, and maybe two employees. It's important to point out the value that a lead person will bring to the training. The leader can help the team overcome bumps along the way and provide guidance as needed. This can be a wonderful learning experience for the leader also. And so thank you again for visiting our post. To learn more, visit the links below. Or if you'd like to set up a free information call and just chat with us about Lean or about your project or the Lean Challenge, you can set up a call to do that. You can email us, there's an email address there, and we'd love to hear from you. So until the next time, be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.